The city of Aarhus hosted the 9th edition of IoT Week. The conference was held in Musikhuset from 17th to the 21st of June 2019, with over 1,600 participants. IoT Week 2019 brought together 360 speakers from the worlds of research, industry, business, technology and science. Various program activities enabled participants to thoroughly explore the current status of IoT technologies, applications and challenges ahead, including the contribution of IoT solutions to the UN's sustainability goals. The comprehensive program included 180 sessions, workshops and panel discussions, as well as a hackathon, startup competition, public expo, art residency and IEEE-supported Global IoT Summit.
Local host has been amazing. It has been really a place where we really moved from Internet of Things to Internet of Human, really bringing together experts from all over Europe, from beyond Europe, to discuss many topics. We see really an emerging, amazing community of intelligence, of expertise, and goodwill to try to use IoT for sustainable development, for privacy by design solution, for smart cities, smart farming, and that's quite amazing. So IoT can bring a lot of good, but we have to be sure that we get rid of the negative or potential risks that can be attached to IoT. So we need to address them clearly to see what could be the risk in terms of privacy, in terms of energy consumption and so on. We need to address it in order to ensure that we can use the positive side of the IoT. And the positive side of the IoT is to enable people who are becoming aging people to stay longer at home with their family. It's to enable farmers to have a better revenue, to have a better and more sustainable exploitation of their land. It's to enable smart cities to really be developed around the needs of citizens. So IoT can bring a lot of benefits to millions, to billions of people. And IoT is not just, I would say, nice to have technology for rich countries. It's being deployed in all developing countries too. So we need to find a way to discuss together, to bring the people who are working on new technology, to ensure that the technology is evolving in the right direction and really serving the community, the industry. Of course, it's also to enable people to live, to create jobs around IoT, but for the good of society. So that's one of the main challenges.
One of the important things that we are bringing, because as you know, this is the third year that we have the Global IoT Summit also co-located with IoT Week in that sense, is just so that we are creating, I was at the synergy between not only the business and the innovation part of the IoT, but also the research topics and tracks linked to IoT. So in that way, we are able to merge basically these two different aspects. We have, for example, in some of the sessions, there are not only researchers but also innovators or business experts that are trying also to bring the solution of IoT to the sector, to different sectors, different verticals, I would say. No? So I think that is one of the key, I would say, innovation and interesting part of this activity, no? Because we are connecting the research side with the innovation side, with the business, and all of them all together to trying to push on the direction of the IoT and how IoT is going to change basically the society on the next years, I would say.
IoT from a well-being perspective is amazing, to be quite honest, right? So today, pretty much everywhere in the world, healthcare is reactive. And the future healthcare needs to be proactive. And that's where well-being comes from, when we shift from just spending all energy and all money on treating things that have gone so far down the road that you're really in a life-debilitating situation. The future is about getting ahead of all these things, understanding data from IoT devices, changing lives, understanding, for example, I came across a scenario previously where somebody had created an application that using telephone conversation, they were able to predict early onset of Alzheimer's, right? So these are the types of things. Early onset of and diagnosis of diseases massively increases your potential for well-being into the future and recovery, and to have a much better quality of life.
think we are at a tipping point in time where IoT combined with artificial intelligence will give us the opportunity to solve some of the biggest unsolved issues of the world within climate, within health, within social well-being. Now we have the opportunity due to the existence of G5, due to the existence of the cloud compute, due to the existence of advanced algorithms, and last but not least due to the existence of big data and a very, very large amount of data. When we put those four together, we start to have the opportunity to find patterns in data we have never been capable of finding before. And by that, I truly believe that we in 10 or 20 years' time will look back at today and almost laugh of the health and climate issues we have.
I think very much that IoT will bring an interconnected, intelligent world. And perhaps not just around the corner, but I think 10 years from now, IoT will be a reality, like the internet is today. So it will be a reality where everything that we do, that we have, somehow connects and therefore provide us more intelligent offerings in our daily life, in the way we consume water and energy and everything. So I think actually it's something that will enable a more intelligent support of what we do as humans.
You know, I saw an earlier session today where it was listed, you know, what are the blockers or the things that are preventing IoT from being successful? And one of the number one things on the list was connectivity. People are still having trouble connecting IoT devices in a big scale. Lots of developers are connecting Wi-Fi devices and things like that. But to do things at a large scale, like for a smart city or for a whole country, you know, you really have to find a way to make it easier to use cellular technology and have the bandwidth, be able to have more devices connected, because that's the problem. It was hard enough for the telecom industry to figure out how to get billions of people connected. With IoT devices, we're talking tens of billions of devices. And so 5G can handle more devices, more bandwidth, more throughput, things like that, all that techie, geeky stuff. But it all makes a difference in our having success. And so I think now that 5G is taking off, many countries, many mobile operators are rolling out their 5G networks. I think it's going to be an inflection point for IoT really taking off on a broad scale.
It is that it's one of the largest gatherings of experts in an area that will be foundationally important for our company and for many other companies in the world. I mean, IoT and digitalization is transforming the way business is done. And we know we need the expertise, we need to get inspiration from other people, and hopefully we can also attract some of the people who are here to work with us to ensure that we get onto an even more successful journey. IoT can be a benefit and can be a terrible waste of money, because just connecting things and just sending data, if there's not a value created, it's just a waste of money. I mean, I have a toaster and a washing machine at home. I never use the IoT for anything, so that's a waste. But IoT, if married with intelligent data analytics helping me solve problems as a private person or as a business person, it can create make my life a lot easier. It can help me save energy, it can help me save water, or it can help me solve problems I didn't even know I could. So IoT in the best way can be an enabler of huge business and can be an enabler of addressing some of the world's biggest problems.
I think what it really brings is that in this digitalization, world of digitalization, we need partnership. We need to be many companies coming close to each other. And in Siemens, we have some software, we have some platforms, but we also need partners who can work with our platform, make it into a solution. And we also make other partnership with other companies who can use it. And we can also see what they have. And as we talked about here to the stage, you know, it is about working together. As we talked about, SDG 17 is partnerships, you know. So I think IoT Week is embracing this partnership thinking.
I think it was amazing. First of all, I'm very impressed by the convergence theme, that you chose this music house as the venue, right? And you chose an amusement park for the gathering, and that just signifies the awareness that in order for IoT to work, it cannot be just technical. It cannot be just just isolated in a corner as a sensor network. It'll have to be infused with life, music, play, whatever it is, where people just rejoice and talk to each other, enjoy themselves, right, and work together. So I think that even the selection of the space itself is just amazing. And of course, the space provides people a vehicle for people to get together in very different ways. And I think you just nailed it. So very happy. And probably as a result of that, but of course due to many other considerations and preparations of the organizing committee, a lot of people, a lot of organizations so actively talking to each other and demonstrating, sharing without reservations what you are doing, your hopes, your achievements, and your challenges. So that's all very impressive. Congratulate you.
Well, we're definitely moving towards a world where the Internet of Things will be all-pervasive, and it will be combined with 5G networks, with artificial intelligence, with the cloud. And so I think it's very important to take a holistic view on the IoT technologies. And from that point of view, this is a good event because it shows the technologies on the one hand, but there are also some discussions about the law, about the ethics, about the politics, and the technological scene of the IoT makers. They have to engage in this debate in democracy.
The Internet of Things have in some way also be treated like having a healthy digital environment, so we get positive effects and have a long-term sustainability perspective. And that for me I think is the strongest trend, that we want to make this really also sustainable in the long run.